How's it going, guys? Catching Katie here. So we are back playing Roblox and we're doing a little bit of a solo game. I really wanted to just play with you. I wanted you to come on this adventure with me. So we are playing Meadows Ranch. I am so excited when I saw this and I was like, I have to do this. It's horses. I have to. It's animals, it's horses. So, I'm no longer my ninja for this episode. I thought, we're going a little bit western. We're going out to a ranch, a stable, and I can reveal myself, pull my mask off, and just have my purple hair. So, this episode, we're not quite a ninja because we're going to be around horses. We don't need to be a ninja. Look how pretty this rock is. It's a horse. I like it. I like it a lot. So I am super excited to start this as Meadows Ranch. I am so happy to be on this ranch. I love horses. I do. So we have to work. I've played a little bit of this just to get the idea of what's going on Meadows Ranch. And we have to work if we want to buy a horse. So we've got our wheelbarrow all set, bright red. And look how happy I am. And we're going to muck out some stables to earn some money. We might do some washing. There's also another job. You get to wash them, but we're going to scoop out this poop and put it in our wheelbarrow. And I have some stories to tell you about me, Katie, and horses. So horses have been a pretty big part of me for a while. I have a serious love for animals, and when I was younger, I got myself a job and it was stable hand for 5 horses on a private property. And it was absolutely amazing to look after these horses every afternoon. I loved every aspect of this. So what it required me was I would come home from school, I'd quickly get changed and head off to the stables. I would have to pull the horses in from their paddocks. And then I would have to, brush them down, put their night rugs on. Then I would have to prepare their food. So they would have a certain amount of hay. Then they would have a mixture of muesli and stuff. I even had to make tea for a horse. He had tea every morning and every night. It was chamomile tea. Definitely not the kind that you would want to be drinking because it was all the leaves in a bottle and it was cold and water. But chamomile tea calms you down. And this horse was very excitable. He was definitely a teenage horse. And he needed his chamomile tea just to calm himself down so he could be not so crazy and jumping around the place. So they definitely all had their own different types of food and they were all different ages and types of horses. And they had all their very own personality, which I love about animals is that they all have such strong and unique personalities. You never find the same. Just like people, you never find the same person. They were all individual. So I would, preparing their food, I'd also have to exercise the horses sometimes. And I also even went to some of the competitions the owners would go to. Yeah, and I would assist them in their competitions, so I'd be washing, cleaning, feeding and mucking out the trailer that they came on. And I personally loved every aspect of being this stable hand. I also, a few years later after being a stable hand, I got an opportunity to partly own a horse, and that was absolutely amazing, and I miss that horse a lot. I miss being around horses. I sadly don't have any around, so I'm so happy to be able to play this game. And there's horses. But I definitely look back and remember how much I loved doing all this work. Even scooping poop was fun, even though I was so bad at scooping poop. You think it's not hard, but I managed to fail at it at every aspect possible. So it would be the paddocks, some of them would be on a slope. So I'm, going along with my full wheelbarrow. It'd be mounted on top because it's such a long walk back to where you empty the poop, the wheelbarrow. And I would have to get the last piece or something and I would put it on and then I'd go push it all the way up the hill using, my Katie muscles. the front wheel of the wheelbarrow would hit like a rock or something, just something small but enough to disbalance it. And because it's so mounted, it would just tip over and it'd be like a slow motion fall, and you just knew everything was gonna go and you just couldn't stop it, and you try so hard that the wheelbarrow pulls you over too. And yeah, I would fall over and the poop would all go out of the wheelbarrow and I'd have to start all over again as I'm lying in the paddock with poop all around me. Because I was skilled. This happened to me multiple times. Did Katie ever learn that maybe I shouldn't fill it so much? No, I didn't learn. I didn't learn at all. And those horses would just stare at me like, why are you doing this again, Katie? But yeah, rain, hail, shine, I would be at the stables feeding, mucking out, and doing the horses, making their life fabulous every afternoon. I've even had points where it was a giant lightning storm and I had to try and, handle them, calm them down and get them back into the stables before the storm really came over. And it was actually quite terrifying some of the times being there and having to handle them and get them inside before the lightning storm came, and they would all just be really on edge and jumping around, and you'd kind of just be like, oh no, I have to help you. But the stable almost looked like this. It had more of a brick floor, but it definitely had these little doorways that they could stick their heads out of, and it was always the cutest thing. You would come in and they would all just synchronize, stick their head out and have a look at you, and you could tell they were all excited. They were probably excited that the fact that they were going to get fed, but I like to think that they loved me. But they would all stick their head out and be like, oh, you're going to feed me. I'm so happy you're here. I needed my food on the days that they were inside, but if they were down in the paddocks, they would all start neighing and running around the paddocks and going up to the gates and waiting for me to come down to bring them up. All right, let's do a job. We've done lots of poop scooping. We've done it. Let's try cleaning the horses. Let's wash them. So another thing that the horses always did, they would get so muddy and dirty, and because the owners used them for competitions, I had to continuously wash them. If I left them a day without their blanket on, maybe it was a hot day or something, they would be rolling on their back in dirt and any bit of mud they could find. So I had to constantly wash the horses. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to wash this horse. Can I? He just teleported. Oh, I wish I could get my horse to do that. Let's spray you down with, I'm facing the wrong way. Get your face. Oh, there we go. And your leg's dirty. We must clean the leg. Oh, what's this? Towel dry them. Okay, let's do the red towel. Let's dry you down. Oh, it's so cute. Let's get all this water off you. We don't want you to go to bed wet, but we'd always give them a treat. And the main thing that we gave them, apart from carrots, we always had carrots around, but bananas. They loved bananas. It was kind of weird, but they loved it so much. But there was one horse who definitely got me the first time when I fed him a banana. He didn't get me any time after that, but okay, we got to go back to the stall and he'll appear there. But one thing that they would do, so you'd be standing here, you'd have his head out the stable door, and you would feed him his banana, and I was kind of standing there and he was just looking at me as he chewed, and he kind of put his head forward, and instantly I put my hands out, and you know what he did? He spat the banana peel at me. The horse just peeled the banana within his mouth. So I didn't peel the banana. It was all skin and all. The horses ate the skin and all. But this one had learned how to peel a banana inside his mouth and then to spit the banana peel straight at me. But my natural instinct was to catch it. So then I caught in my hands this extremely saliva-covered piece of banana peel in my hands, and it was so gross. It was icky. Yuck. I was just kind of standing there why on earth did I just catch that? And yeah, so he definitely got me the first time, but I never fell for it again. He couldn't get me to come over so he could spit it at me. Oh, look at all the different types of horses we can get. I think we want to get Cobalt, so I'm going to save up a little bit more to get her, just because the horse I ended up owning for a while looked just like this one. Dark and mysterious, Cobalt is a rescue horse found in the woods of the Forest Glen. Her rider never came forward to claim her, so we are going to come forward and adopt and rescue Cobalt. Once I have enough money, I currently have 500, so it shouldn't take me too long of this horse cleaning and poop scooping till I am able to adopt Cobalt into our world, guys. But I think my favorite thing to do would be to brush the horses down. There's just this sound and texture of just brushing their fur, and their hair, their mane and tail as well. It was really therapeutic to do, you know. If I had a bad afternoon, those horses got a good brush down, because I could just zone out and relax, speak to the horses. I speak to animals a lot, like I just chat away, and I think that's my sort of thing that I do. I forever try and speak to animals, you know. They're probably not interested at all and have no idea on what on earth I'm saying, but, you know, I like to tell animals how my day is gone, and something funny. I don't know, probably not funny because it's me, but yeah, I speak. Do you guys speak to animals? Do you speak to animals? Do you, like, you know, tell them how your day's been, or I don't know, do you, like, if you see a dog in the street or as you're walking along, do you go over and say hi, or is this something that I just do? I will forever do. I love speaking to them because they all, like, react to your voice. I think they just kind of recognize that you're speaking, but no idea what you're saying, but they're happy that you're giving them their personal attention. Sadly, after 2 years, it was the horses were owned by it was owned by 2 people. They owned the stable, and one of the ladies decided to move away, and so that meant that the other lady no longer needed me, and I was no longer needed at the stables. It was a very sad moment to say goodbye to my horses that I'd been so attached to and looked after for so long. I miss them dearly. I do. I miss them a lot. Guys, as sad as it was that I no longer was needed in that job, a new opportunity arose. Just like how we managed to get Cobalt. When that door closed, there was a silver lining to it, and I was able to partially own my very own horse that I could ride around myself. So just like this game, we've done our work at the stables, we've mucked out and poop scooped, we've also washed the horses, and now we have the opportunity to now own and adopt Cobalt. So I hope you did enjoy this video. It's kind of different. You get to know a little bit more about me, and I hope you really did enjoy this, because I love telling stories about my life and the different adventures I've been on, and I might possibly do a little bit more of these things. But if you want to see the second half of this, do leave a thumbs up, and as always, I will catch you guys in the next video.